So, dear student, as we have discussed about some of the function of recording, how we are going to do the SQL function. So now we have find out those the power function, isn't it? Those the power functions that we have, and these the particular power functions that are being implemented. That round power function, then mode power function, and our power functions, round functions, and mod functions that we have seen, that we are using them in a very simple way. That means a single frame of implementation. After the single frame of implementation, now we have find it out that we need to do to find out the percentage and all calculations with the implementation of our SQL. That means the structured query language. In the structured query language, there are the tables that we are using. So in the table we can find that how we are making them, how we are using those particular pattern. So here you can see to add the new column of the final table of those inventory. So there we can find it, and there we can see it that when we are when we are making those inventory GST. So I have shown you to how to calculate the interest of GST. Now here you see that we need to use the alter table inventory command, and as we need to alter table inventory command, we can find that we want to create it, and then we have to update the inventory. How we are updating? We have to update inventory, then we have to use the set option. Remember it, set command, final price. In the thing I will show you final price in SQL. I'll show you final price equals to price plus round of what price. See, what we are using, round option. Price then 12% divided by 100 comma 1. So this is the things that we do have. That means this column was not there. We are first creating the column, and we are finding that column to be implemented, isn't it? We are finding that column to be implemented, so those the price will become. Now if you are calculating the particular thing, amount needed to be paid. Okay, what is an amount? So calculate and display the amount that we display the amount to be paid for each month, the multiples of 1000, which to be calculate after dividing the final price, isn't it, of last 10 installment. And after dividing the amount into the EMI, out of the remaining amount is to be paid immediately by the modulator. So modular divisions. So modular divisions means this is the way that we can find that we have to do this. That means what we will going to do, what we will going to make. First we will use the select command. Select what? Car ID, then final price, and then you see, so select car ID, final price, and then we will select round of. Round of what? Final price minus mod final price, comma 1000, isn't it? Then the brackets are closed, that divided by 10 comma 0 EMI, the name of the new column EMI, and mod final price, comma 1000, that name will be remaining amount from inventory. So this is the things that we can see that we do have, and we can find that we can organize those particular pattern. And let us see that how we are making them, how we are using those structures, isn't it? So as we find it that we have to use those pattern, and we have to use the structure. Let us then implement it. Let us implement those the particular pattern of implementations, and let's see that how that we have the word to be implemented. Okay, so let us see that in SQL then how we can do it. Okay, let us see in SQL that how we can implement the thing. So, dear student, let us see that we have already done those things. That means these the things I have shown to you earlier, that we are using the student details. The student details. This is our database. So, what we will do, use student details. So, it has database has been changed, and after using the student details, we have written here show tables, isn't it? We have written here show tables. So as we have written the show tables, that means those the tables existed there, the table name will be shown to us. What are the table? Employee, inventory, and student one. So those the table that we can find, that is there, that is been implemented. So when we find those the tables are there and tables are been implemented, next what we see, DESC inventory. DESC inventory means that DESC means describe, as I have shown you on the last day's class, that describe inventory. Now describe inventory, this particular thing, this particular data pattern or data type, that what we have, that means these are the data types and what are the attributes there. We have to know what are the attributes there, isn't it? So these are the those are the attributes, and these those are the data type that we can find, that we have here, and we can implement it. Okay, so when we are implementing it, when we find it, that we have those values, so what are the value there? Okay, how to see the value? So select, select asterisk from what? Inventory. Inventory, inventory. Select asterisk from inventory. If you give that thing, see here, those the values what are there in the particular table. That means we have car ID, different car IDs are there, car names are there, different car names. See, I have given a car 1, car 2, car 3, like this one. And then price name, I have given the price of it. And model, I have given different models. Year of manufacture has been given, whether what pattern of car, petrol, CNG car. So those the things has been given here. Now what I have shown you, that we are using those particular values. That means we are using those particular part. So when we are using those particular data type, when we are making those data type, so what the command now we will going to use? That means I have shown you mod command, I have shown you round command, and I have shown you the particular power command in the previous time. Okay, so those the command what has been shown to you, then how we will going to implement it, how we can find that we can implement those commands, and we can make those commands to be implementable. So what was the question that I have shown to you at that part? The question was that how we are going to make those. That means we are adding one column name is what? Final price. Okay, in the table inventory, column name is final price in the table inventory. So as we are making the column, that final price in a table inventory, there what we can see, there what we can find, that we need to do what we need to do. Our question was that which was the values of the price in the 12% GST. That means 12% GST we have already given. Now what to do? First we have to add one column, isn't it? To add one column, that means what is our requirement? What should we do? We will give here the alter command, ALTER, alter, TABLE, table. Then table name is what? Inventory, INVENTORY. Alter table inventory. After altering the table inventory, what we need to do? We need to add, isn't it? So since we need to add, so we will write here add. What we need to add? One new column. Okay, we need to add one new column, and that the new column that we need to add, name of it is a final price. Okay, the name of it is a final price. So what we will write here? Then we will write here final, final, price, final price. Now when we have written that final price, now we need to see, we need to find out that what is the data type of it. What is the data type of it? So we can give the decimal also, as according to our requirement. So add, now when we are giving the add values, that means here you see one thing, we have missed out one particular important thing. That is, as soon as you give here add, after giving here add, we have to open one bracket here, isn't it? Add final price, sorry, at final price, this is the final price that we are going to add here. After this final price, then what will be the data type of it? Data type of it is what? Suppose decimal. Okay, decimal, decimal. Now what is the length of it? Suppose I am giving here 20. Okay, 20 comma 2. Fine, let us say 20 comma 2. So this is the length has been specified. 2 means from the back place, 2 decimal place will going to be taken, isn't it? Or if you want to increase it 3 place, then it will going to take 3 place. Let us say 3 place. So whatever the declaration you need to give it here, you will going to find those things are been there. Then in semicolon. So as we give the semicolon, what we see, what we find, that this the particular thing will going to be effect. Now let us say, see here it has shown us that query is okay, 6 rows is affected, and duplicate 1 row, that 6th row that is been duplicated. So I need to see the structure. How to see the structure? DESC. DSC what? Inventory. 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 So as we do DSC inventory, you see here final price has been added here. Previously, in previous one, you see there is no final price, isn't it? Fuel type, after that nothing is there. Now what we have given, after fuel type we have given one thing that is known as a final price. So final price is there. So this particular final price that we find, that we have added this final price. Okay, so as we have added this final price, now what is our job? Now what we need to do? Now there is a command that we need to do some implementation. What is the implementation? I am reading that particular section again. What is my implementation? Is my implementation is add a new column final price. Okay, that we have done, and to the table inventory, which will have the value as a sum of a price 12% of the GST. Now 12% of the GST, that means what we will going to do, that we have to set some value there, isn't it? So what we will going to write, what we will going to write there, we will going to write there, see here what we are writing. There are two things, one is update and one is set, isn't it? One is update and one is set. So first what we required, we required the update one. Okay, first we required the update. So UPUP update. What to update? Now how to update, isn't it? Update what? We need to update the table. What is the table name? Table name is inventory. INVENTORY. Update inventory. After updating the inventory, how to update? Then what we have to do? Set. That means how to update, we have to set something there. So set. Set what? Final price. FINALPRICE. Final price. Set final price. Now what to set? We have to do some calculations there. What is the calculations there that we need to do? And we can find that a final price equals to, that means what should be there? Final price, then we will do equals to. Equals to what? To equal and how to equal? That we will take the price and we will make round of something, isn't it? What we will do, we will take the price and we will make round of that particular thing. So what we will write here, that price, PRICE, price. So price is there, obviously price is there. Say price plus what? Round, ROUND, round. Price plus round. What to round off? What we need to round off? We need to round off some values. What we need to round off? We need to round off that GST that we are calculating. That means price into 12% of the GST. isn't it? Price into 12% of the GST. So PRICE, price, then into 12 divided by 100. Okay, comma, how many decimal place? One decimal place. Fine. Now you will close the bracket. Okay, so this you have done. That means what you have calculated? You have calculated the particular portion, you have calculated the particular part, and after the particular part, you see what we have done. Update inventory. First, what we have done? First, we have created it. Alter table inventory, add final price. Final price is one attribute, and data type what we have given, decimal. We can give the data type as integer also, that doesn't matter. Okay, so obviously it depends on the pattern. So here integer or decimal we can apply here, but varchar is not appropriate in this area. Okay, so what will be the data type appropriate for a particular area? We have to know it, we have to find it out. So when we see this, when we find it, if you give enter, see this is affected and the thing has been changed. When the thing has been changed, now we need to see the content of the table. So what we do, ACLECT, select asterisk from inventory, inventory, semicolon. So as we give it, say the price that is there, that has been calculated. Okay, that has been rounded off to the one decimal place. So this is how we can see, this is how we can find it, that when we are making those tables, when we are making those particular structure, we need to see, we need to find that what are the commands that we are using, isn't it? What are the commands that we are using? That means what it has taken, it has taken this price, and this price has been multiplied with a 12%. What the value came, that has been implemented here. Okay, now comma 1 means up to one decimal place it will going to make and round off. That means after that, after the decimal point, how many decimal point we have given? 3, isn't it? See here, we have given here 3, but it will not going to calculate that 3, it will not going to take those 3. So what then it will going to do, what then it will going to find? We find it that it will going to have, and it will going to implement only that particular portion, only that particular area that are been implemented here. That means what we required, which section, how many? 3 parts. So it will implement only those 3 area, and based on this 3 area, what we see, that the thing is been calculated, that the thing is been implemented. Okay, so this is how we can find, this is how we can see that if you are introducing one new column, this is one new column, obviously this one is one new column. So if you are introducing one new column, this new column will going to be introduced, and that will going to be calculated, and then we can insert the value. So this is the creation of a new column. Alter table, alter command we will use, as we have learned in class 11 also. Alter table, then the table name, add what, final price, then decimal 20,3. that is the thing we have given, the range we have specified. After the range we have specified, we have seen those particular pattern or particular data, and after we see those particular data, that means see here, previously final price was not there. I have shown you that after fuel nothing was there. Okay, then what we find, that the final price has been added. Now what we use, we need to update that final price. How to update? Update what? Inventory, set final price. If you want to update any attribute in any table, then this is the command update, then the table name, then set, then the column name or the attribute name. So update inventory, inventory is my table name, then set what? Final price, final price is my column name. So column name equals to what? I have given some calculations. What the calculation is? Price plus round price into 12% divided by 100 comma 1, that means it will round off by 1. So when I have given this, when I have find this, I find it that those the values what are there, they are been, see, final price. So final price has been rounded off up to 1 decimal place. So after 6, you see all the values come 0, else what, it will come something more numbers are there. If you are not giving up to 1, if you are giving 2 or 3, then more number can come, 0.2 or 3. So we are giving up to 1 decimal place. So see here, since if you want to change it, and totally it is depending on you, that how you will going to change them, and depending on your different pattern of implementation, number one, and number two, depending on the questions that has been given to you. Okay, so there what we see, there what we find, that this is the thing that we have, and we have implemented it. Now when we have implemented that thing, we can find, next we move to the next part of the questions that I have shown you. There are the two questions were there, that I am reading up the questions, that calculate and display the amount to be paid in each month in multiples of 1000, which will be calculated after dividing the final price of a car. So after dividing the amount of into EMI, find out the remaining amount to be paid immediately by the performing modular division. So the following SQL query, then what we can do, isn't it? What the SQL query then we can make. So what is our question? First question is that we have to make, or we have to display the amount to be paid for the each month that we need to pay the amount in multiples of 1000, and we have to calculate after dividing the final price of the car into a 10 installment, the thing is needed to be divided. So what we will do, first we have to do the select option. So select, select, what we need to select, first we need to select the ID of the car. Okay, ID of the car and final price, these two things we require from here only we can see ID of the car and final price. So car ID, CAR, then ID, comma, then FINAL PRICE, final price. So final price we have taken. After taking those car ID and final price, what then we need to do, we need to make a round of figure. So how then we will going to round off? So what we will going to round off, then after that, what, ROUND, round, then we will open a bracket, again one bracket, because we've seen from here we required minimum 2 brackets is required. Okay, so inside that, what, final price, with a final price, then we have to deduct that particular value. See, let us see what we are deducting and what we are making, what we do. First, FINAL, 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 then price, 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 minus. Now what we will going to minus, we need to minus some value, some amount. What is the amount? That final price, then 1000, isn't it? 1000, that is the value that we need to deduct it from there. So let us write there, then open the bracket, FINAL PRICE, final price, comma, 1000. Okay, then we close it. After we close this one, after we close this particular one, then another bracket is there outside, that bracket we have to close, isn't it? So let us close that particular bracket, and then what we will do, we will then divide it by 100 or 1000. Say we will going to divide it by what, 10, not 100 also, not 1000 also. Okay, not 100 also, not 1000 also, we will divide it by 10. And when we are dividing it by 10, then we can find it, we can see it, that those the values, those the part of the value that we have, then we will going to have it. So we are dividing it by 10 comma, how many decimal point we want to see it. Suppose 0th decimal point, that means we don't want to see any decimal point to be replicated here. Okay, so this now last, this is the bracket is there. Now this bracket we need to close it here. So this bracket is closed. Now my work is over? No, work is not over. There we have to calculate. What is the question was that we have to immediately find out that particular thing. Then we have to name it. What is the name that we will going to give? The name they have said EMI. So give some gap, and then EMI. So this the EMI. After this particular declaration, then what is our requirement? After we declare this EMI, then we have another calculations. What we have to mod it. Okay, we have to mod it. So let us do the mod. So what the mod we will do? Mod of a final price comma 1000. So what we will do, here we will give one comma, then a mod mod of what? Final price, FINAL PRICE, mod of final price. So mod means final price to be divided by 10,000. So because there we are taking the value, so final price comma 10,000. Okay, final price comma 10,000. After we have given this final price comma 10,000, then we have to name it something. What is the name? Then we can give it the name that we can provide for it, as per it has been said, what? Remaining amount. Okay, remaining amount. So remaining amount that we will give it. So as we are going to give that name as a remaining amount, let us name it as a remaining amount. Okay, REAMINING, remaining, then AMOUNT, remaining amount. So when we have given this remaining amount from what? FROM, from inventory, INVENTORY, inventory. So this is the thing that we do have, and we are going to implement it. So as we are implementing it, let us see. So there what we say, that it is saying that there it cannot have one column. Operand should contain one column. What we are doing? We are doing here the multiple phases. We are making here the multiple phases. So those the multiple phases that we are using, isn't it? Those the multiple phases that we are making of. So we are making those particular pattern, and we are implementing those particular patterns. So let us little bit change it. So what we will going to do, what we will going to find, what are the changes we will going to implement, that we have written: select card ID, then final price. Okay, then what we will do here, select card ID, final price, then we are making it a round of what? That round of the final price. Round of the final price that we have done it. And then we need to implement those the values. Okay. Okay, so what we see, what we find it here, we can see it from here. You see here that what we have changed, we have make a little bit of change here. What is that? Select card ID, then final price, then round of the final price minus mod of final price, isn't it? Mod of final price that we are giving here. So as we have given mod of final price, then 1000 final price divided by 1000, then that is is divided by 10, that name has given EMI. See, this column name has came EMI, and the rest value, that has the rest value is what is remaining. Rest value has come and the phase of the remaining account, okay, or remaining amount, whatever you write here, remaining amount, remaining price to be paid. Those the things that we can see, that we can write here. And from where, from which table you are implementing, that you have to see from which table the thing has been implemented. So it has been implemented from inventory table. So this is what the thing has been done, and it has been implemented from those inventory table. Okay, so this is what about our implementation of the command. What command we have done? We have done the select command today, we have done there the round command today, we have used the mod command today, we have used here alter command today, update command today, set command today. So you see here that when we are going inside the table, at first we are taking separately to them, now we have combined them, and we are implementing it. So you have to know that how we are implementing those particular thing, and we can make them to be implementable. Okay, then we are stopping our today's session here. Thank you all.